Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today I will be sharing with you my bullet journal setup for the month of October. I was actually not very excited to film my bullet journal setup for the month of October, and here's why. I had a plan all figured out, but I got too nervous to execute it. So I ended up basing my October pages on a book I just completed, which is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I really love the Kelly green and light blue this cover has, so I am sticking this book right up here so I can make a close copy for my October cover page. I will continue to use the blue and green markers throughout my monthly pages. If you're curious, I will list all the supplies I used in the description box down below, just in case you would like to create a similar theme for your bullet journal. While I'm filling in these blocks of color on the cover page, I thought I could tell you a little bit about Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is a young adult, or maybe I would even classify it as new adult, contemporary fiction work set in Ireland that focuses on two main characters, Connell and Marianne. Connell and Marianne attend the same high school at the beginning of our book. However, they are in two very different social spheres. Connell's mom works for Marianne's family as a cleaning lady, and so they don't really associate much with each other at school, except for at Marianne's house. Many people think that Marianne is quirky, goofy, and so she doesn't have very many friends. However, when Connell and Marianne are alone, they get along quite well. There's this tension between the two where they ultimately form a relationship and really come to like each other's company. We then follow Marianne and Connell as they continue on past high school into college and how their lives intertwine and how their relationship fluctuates between almost dating to practically nothing. It is a great look at, exactly as the title states, normal people. How we all are pretty normal and we all have flaws that other people see, or we just see ourselves that make us feel very insecure. I love how these characters share their insecurities with us. We get let into their minds as they process how to go on with their lives after some pretty difficult things happen to them. Just as a content warning, these difficult things include abuse, both emotional and physical, and mental illness, including suicidal thoughts. With all of that to say, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It was a great read. I listened to it as I followed along in the physical copy, and I liked it enough to base my bullet journal for the month of October on it. I would be curious to know if any of you have read Normal People. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to have some bookish conversation with you down there. I've heard that this book is either you really like it or you really don't. You get what's going on, or it doesn't make much sense. And so I would love to hear what your thoughts were down below. My white gel pen might not be showing up quite as good for you as the viewer through the camera, but it actually turned out really well. Here is the side-by-side comparison of the book to the cover page, and I'm really excited as to how it looks and for it to be in my journal. We're now flipping on to my monthly spread. I dislike this month because there are actually 6 weeks in the month because October starts on a Saturday. So I had to create 2 little half days there on the top, as you can see in the monthly calendar. I am setting up my individual habit trackers for the month. I was a little bit upset with myself because I messed up my color pattern. I was originally going to do blue, green every other, but I ended up having to do this different pattern. I made it work, and I was actually alright with how it turned out. This is really no different than my previous monthly setups. I will link that playlist up above, but I am setting up my health and cleaning trackers on this next page. And I made a mistake thinking that my cleaning tracker was going to be at the bottom, but I just used my handy dandy whiteout to change it to my health tracker. In my health tracker, I like to note how many hours of sleep I get every night, how many minutes of exercise I get every day, and whether I reached my 12-hour stand goal for the day. And up top, I keep track of cleaning tasks that I like to do every day or every week based on how we like to keep our house. And so these are the tracker pages for the month. Moving on to my last full spread for my monthly setup, I decided to continue on with how I set up my reading pages in September and have 2 full pages dedicated to reading. I've been reading a lot more lately, and so I wanted to have enough room to track all the books that I read. And there we have it. We have my October cover page, inspired by Normal People by Sally Rooney. My monthly calendar page, my habits, cleaning, and health trackers, and my reading tracker page. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video on your way out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more content from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!